All right. So much going on, and we've covered a lot of ground. We'll get back to more of your calls in a bit and encourage folks to join us at 504 556 9696. But now I want to talk to you about something that I think is interesting. That is inspiring young people. And I'm very pleased to bring on a gentleman who is, I think, a great guest to have on the program and has written a book that I think inspires young people to explore the world of invention. And it's an all new series called If Not You. And it's co authored by David Pridham and his wife. And David is with us right here on the Ringside Hotline. And David, how are you? Good morning. Welcome.
Hey, Jeff. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on this new series. I'm looking at a copy of it right now. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much. We're getting great feedback, and we're really excited to get different folks focused on inventing and creating, and also to get especially the message to kids, especially in this time where it's such a stressful situation with everything that's going on with COVID and the schools.
So what inspired this, David?
Well, it's funny. I'm a recovering lawyer. I graduated in 2000 and did some corporate work in Silicon Valley, and then I sort of gravitated towards technology work. And when I met my wife, she always asked what I did, and I explained, well, I work with inventors and help them patent their inventions and protect them and then license them and all that. And by the time I was done, her eyes would glaze over. Most people, that's what would happen. And so we said, hey, why don't we write a book so it sort of make it simple, but also sort of take that message to our children and then to other kids. So that's really what we tried to do, translate what I do, but also translate the importance of inventing to the U.S. economy, really from the start. Founders had this in mind when they drafted the Constitution, which I think is incredibly important and interesting.
So young kids can be inventors?
Oh, absolutely. It all starts when kids are young. I think we have too many situations now where kids are discouraged and are not able to, are not really given the tools to develop as their sort of creativity or their inventive nature. But absolutely, I have three kids with my wife, and we are always looking at them as they sort of problem solve, and that's really what inventing is all about: solving a problem for the greater good. And so I think if you teach kids young about the importance of inventing, you sort of start them on a road that can lead to wonderful places.
So this is a series, If Not You, a children's book series. How many books in the series, David?
Well, we just published book 2, which is Noah's Treehouse, and that's about our son and work we've done together on a treehouse here in our yard, but also work that he does in the book, and coming up with different ways to problem solve. We'll have a third book out about inventorship in games by the holiday season. And then we anticipate doing a couple more books. So we're hoping to get up to 6 books in the series.
So you're hoping that as children read these books, they will discover why they should aspire to invent themselves, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I always use the analogy. I hold up my smartphone and I explain to people that just looking at an iPhone, there are over 10,000 inventions that go into that iPhone. You get into a car, there are tens of thousands of inventions that drive the creation of an automobile. Everything from the toothbrush you use at night to the clothes you put on in the morning is all driven by folks who've come before us and invented. So, yeah, the goal is to get kids thinking about that, and then also thinking about what they would invent if they could, and enabling them to go ahead and do that as they get on with their schooling.
So invention is really about people sort of seeing the problems they face in their daily lives and then taking action, finding ways that they can help solve those problems through creativity, innovation. Is that a way
Absolutely.
you would describe it?
Absolutely. And if you look at
Mm.
our latest book, we sort of use the analogy of building a treehouse and the problems that arise when it rains in the middle of a construction of a treehouse, or how you get materials from the ground floor up to the treehouse. And so, yeah, it's absolutely about empowering children to think creatively, think outside the box, and recognize that as they're doing that, their intellectual capital or their intellectual property that they're developing in their brain is something that they can capture in this country. It's something that our system allows for. So all of that is, I think, an empowering message for kids.
So it's interesting that you've spent, your part of your career working with inventors, and now you're reaching out to children and putting this series together and trying to inspire children. That really is a connection with what you've done before. Tell us about inventors, the ones that you've met of all ages. They're probably very special type of people.
Oh, absolutely. So we work with inventors across the world. So we may be on the phone late at night with an inventor in Osaka, Japan at Panasonic. The next morning, an inventor at Siemens in Germany, and then here in the U.S. we work with the old Kodak patent portfolio. So we have Kodak inventors all over the U.S. And so they're a different breed. They're incredibly creative, and they're very focused on the whole concept of problem solving. A very quick story. One of our clients is the gentleman who invented the retractable roof, right? The concept of the retractable roof on a sports stadium.
Amazing.
Down to the bearings and everything. And it's just
Wow.
It's incredible. And I tell the story sometimes about how I went to his house in Miami, and it's sort of like the Jetsons, right? Because he starts pushing buttons and cabinets are appearing and dishes are popping out of the wall and appliances. And so they're a special breed, but they're always thinking and always implementing those thoughts.
The retractable roof really, I guess, started with the sunroof in a car, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So you had the sunroof in a car, and now you got a retractable roof in a stadium.
And that's what's so great about the concept of inventing, right? You can use some of the concepts from a retractable roof in a car or a sunroof in a car and take those and import those into sort of larger projects like a stadium, because our patent system is all built on the concept of you can invent something, you can protect it, but you have to disclose it to everyone so that they can invent the next best thing on the backs of your technology.
So will the person that invented the sunroof have any claim to the invention of the retractable roof, if there's any kind of connection between the two?
No, because the way the system works, you have to have a sort of a distinct invention, right? You have to have something that's different than what
Right.
has come before. You could build on it, but you have to have something that's distinct. If you just took a sunroof from a car and expanded the size so it would cover a stadium, that would not be enough. But it sort of gives you some building blocks in prior inventions in terms of how to get to what it is that the next inventor is coming up with.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, I just want to commend you for this. I think this is inspiring, interesting, and certainly in this period of COVID where there's so much depression and people are locked in, this can be something that will allow kids to dream and possibly pursue some creative ideas. It could be life-changing for them and possibly for the world. Who knows? Maybe one of these kids can invent something that'll help life all over the world.
Oh, absolutely. The next Steve Jobs, the next Jonas Salk. You never know. That's our goal, and that's why we're trying to reach out to as many kids and school districts as possible to get our books in their hands.
Fantastic. It is the If Not You children's book series. David Pridham with us. And David, where can our listeners learn more about this?
Well, you can go to our Instagram or Facebook page. It's at If Not You Books. You can also go to ifnotoubooks.com, and there's a microsite there that'll take you to all of our media pages and also explain some of the giveaways we're doing to some school districts, so that if school districts are interested in getting our books, this is a good way to do that.
Fantastic. I think that would be a great idea for school districts everywhere. I hope here in Louisiana they pursue this because I think this is very inspiring. David, thank you very much for being with us. Congratulations. Good luck with the rest of the series. We'll be watching.